Welcome to the shadows. Another beautiful Friday evening with lots of love and peace and a beautiful smile on your face. We welcome you to this other discussion. Today we're talking about fear. Is fear real? Is fear real? And shadow, 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 where are you? I am here. I am shadow. I am shadow. I am in you. I am with you. I am visible. I am invisible. Everyone, everything has a shadow. It grows and matures with us as the day moves on, changing in lengths and angles. From birth to death. My shadow stays with me, appearing and disappearing. When I'm invisible, it's under me, and I call this midday. When I am longest, I am impressive, and we call this dawn or twilight. The shadow is that part of us, that part of our story and our memory we are not proud of, that part of our experience we are not very comfortable with. It can as well be that element of pride, contempt, and arrogance we ignore or are not aware of. It can as well be that element of pride, contempt, and arrogance we ignore or are not aware of. That which haunts us, scares us, makes us shiver, revealing our doubts, fears, and uncertainties. Shadow, you make us question our outcome. You are really hard to bear at times. We resign and surrender to you as we realize shadows will always be there with us. Whenever you have the shadow, know the light is close by. We only have the dark because there is the light. The shadow is the product of the light. When you have the shadow, look to the opposite and you will see the light. Don't look to the shadow, don't look to your pain. Look to the wisdom, the grace that comes on the other side of the pain. As your pain, ask your pain to lead you to the light that changes your life. Bring us your shadow. Bring us your shadow. Finally, let them come to rest. Finally, let them build a purpose in your life. Let your shadow be. Let your shadow be. Let your shadow be. Your shadow can also be that talent, that gift you are not aware of, yet can make the difference in your life. Smile. My name is Emmanuel CHIANGONG. I'm always happy to come to you with another story. And this time when we are discussing about, is fear real? What is fear? You know, in psychology we consider fear one of those basic emotional reactions that come up with the intention of maybe protecting us or opening us to new behavioral patterns that may save us from a situation we anticipate or we imagine or that may be real. Whenever fears manifest, three things happen. There is a physiological change in our body, there is an emotional change, and then it's of course a behavioral change because cognitively new ways of thinking come into place. As we reflect on the different reasons why this physiological change is coming, they come in because there is the signal that you may have to fight or there may be need for a flight. And most of the times, this fear never really happens. Most of the times, they only exist in our imagination. The question today is fear real? Have you been afraid before? What are the type of the simple fears that come to mind? The fear of death. The fear he will not marry me. The fear she is having an affair. The fear they will kill me. The fear my kids won't make it. The fear that the lab results, the test I did, may become positive. Is it HIV? Is it cancer? Is it hypertension? Those fears. There is the fear that I will be abandoned. There is the fear of the exams, even before we write them. Fear of an accident. You're taking a flight, you're boarding a car, you say all night I can't sleep because there can be an accident. The fear of rejection, the fear of blackmail. He's having my sex tapes. she's having my sex tapes. Something may happen. It may break loose. The fear of the unknown, very common. The secret will be revealed. I thought she was my friend. I thought he was my friend. The ones who know my secret. Sometimes the fear of secrets being revealed has led to the death of people, to gruesome killings, just because we fear they are going to speak. We shed blood. The fear of unwanted pregnancy. I may be pregnant. 3-4 days I've not seen my menses. And all of these fears come to haunt around three things: our health, our wealth, and our relationship. Major issues, places of crisis in our life. Today, we want to listen to one great human that is still treading the earth. His name is Sri Ravi Shankar. This is a spiritual leader and the head of the Art of Living Foundation, that is a peace ambassador, a messenger of peace, intervening in all areas of wars and crisis in the world. Sri Ravi Shankar is a great teacher, a speaker, a spiritual leader who runs a foundation that has over 10 million followers all over the world in over 80 countries. And this great man will talk to us in a very simple way about fear. Nice to be with you once more. Stay tuned as you humbly sit down to listen to Sri Ravi Shankar.
How you were? There was a spark in your eyes. Do you see the spark now? Or only sparks of anger, sparks of misery? I feel like telling them, pulling their cheek and pulling their ears and, hey, come on, laugh, smile. Life is so short to enjoy, to be happy here. Why are we so miserable? Holding on to the past. Past is anyway gone, right? If you can see the entire past as a dream, as a movie that's gone, something happens within you. You become aware inside. You have to simply blow the past for a minute and come to the moment. Life springs up. You know, in life there are good times, bad times. Who did not have bad time? Who did not have good time? Tell me. Everybody gets some good time back, right? Look back and see. Didn't you have difficult time 5 years back, 3 years back, 10 years back? Yes, but you still survived. You will survive this also. You'll move on. Looking at your own experience, your own life, you'll get the confidence to wake up. It gives you the confidence, hey, I can do it. Second, invoke the valor inside of you. Come what may, I will manage it. I'll see. I have the energy, the strength, the power within me. The trust in the energy, the power that you have is the second option. Third is, anyway, everything will go one day. Whether you are successful, you will die. Whether you are failure, you will also die. Success or failure, everybody is going to die. Everything is going to finish. The curtain is going to come down on the play, however the play was, whether it is tragedy, comedy, however it was. Just be a witness to your own life and its events. That can keep your smile and your life force alive. And the fourth thing is, know that you are not alone. There is a higher power which is so kind, so compassionate and it's holding your hands. It has done it in the past. So believe, whatever you call it, God, you call it the higher self, or you call just the consciousness, whatever you call, but there is a power. That's all. All that you want to know, you cannot know. You cannot know about love. You can only feel it. You cannot know about joy, that only you can experience it. Every mature scientist says, what I know is very little, what I don't know is huge. And any philosopher you ask, he'll say, well, I don't know. So life is a journey from an ugly, I don't know, to a beautiful, I don't know. See that? When you are angry, what do you say? I don't know. When you are frustrated, you come up with saying, I don't know. But that journey has to move from a frustrated.
Hello, you are not alone. There is a compassionate hand that takes you along the way. And that compassionate hand, I will share with you in Psalm 23, says, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures, He restores my soul. Even though I go through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil, for thou art with me." That's in Psalm 23. In Psalm 27, you'll have, for those who read the Bible, "The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear?" Ravi says that's the compassionate hand that gives you assurance. In all the spiritual disciplines that lead to the sovereign Lord, you have these messages at the moment of fear. Go to them. You are not alone. In John 14, verse 27, Jesus was certainly preparing the disciples for his final disappearance from the earth in the form of a physical body. And these are beautiful words that he said, You know, sometimes when you want to prepare the people for challenging times, he says, "My peace I give to you, not as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid. My peace I give to you, not as the world gives." Say something higher, something extra, to give you assurance that even if I'm not there, it's certainly there for you. When we were little kids, my brother Joel and myself, I want to talk of another great man I admire so much, Timothy CHIANGONG. He wanted us not to be afraid. He never told us that was his intention. As pastor in the Pinyin congregation, the mounds, that's where the pastor's house is, and the village square is separated by about 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers. And between the home where we live, after the home was the primary school, after the primary school was the graveyard, and after the graveyard was the sacred river of the village, and then the shrine of the village, and then, of course, the square. And Reverend CHIANGONG will come home in the evening, and he will not ask us to get something. He's home at 4, 5 p.m. At 9 p.m., ladies and gentlemen, this man will tell us to go buy him a beer at the village square. At 9 p.m., the roads are dry. It is it's night dark. There are no lights. We're in a village, typical village. And we have to go on foot, crossing the graveyard, the sacred river of the traditional society, go through the shrines and to the square to buy his bottle of Beaufort and come back. He did it every evening. And today, night graveyards, sacred rivers have no effect on us. What a beautiful way. I hope he's smiling where he is. Well, ce que nous sommes en train de partager aujourd'hui concerne la peur. Quelles sont les peurs qui vous hantent des fois et de temps en temps? La peur n'est pas souvent réelle. La question est-ce que la peur est réelle? Est-ce qu'il est vérifié? Psychologiquement, la peur, c'est une émotion qui manifeste pour nous éviter des crises et des problèmes. Et la plupart du temps, ça se manifeste et rien ne se passe. Et on est en train de dire que ces manifestations psychologiques peuvent avoir des effets physiologiques, cognitifs et bien sûr comportementaux. Les trois vont se manifester. Et tout cela peut avoir des conséquences si ça se manifeste pour rien. Quelles sont souvent les peurs qui vous hantent? La peur de mourir, la peur qu'il ne va pas me marier ou elle va m'abandonner, la peur qu'on va me tuer, la peur qu'elle est en train de sortir avec quelqu'un d'autre, en train de me tromper, la peur que mes enfants ne vont pas s'en sortir, la peur de ces résultats des tests de laboratoire. Le test ADN, est-ce que c'est vraiment mon enfant? Est-ce que le fils là c'est mon fils? Le test du sida, le test du cancer, est-ce que ça va être positif ou négatif? Il y a la peur que je ne pourrai pas rembourser cette prêt et que mon terrain, ma maison sera pris par l'huissier. La peur d'abandon, la peur des examens, la peur des réjections et tous ces différents, qu'on va me trahir, que les sex tapes vont être publiés dans les médias sociaux, toutes ces peurs. Et là, Ravi disait que tous ces peurs, vous avez traversé les peurs avant et vous avez la vie encore aujourd'hui. Toutes les peurs d'aujourd'hui, demain vous allez tourner voir que vous avez surmonté également. Il est important qu'on réfléchisse avec les Écritures saintes où tous les messages d'encouragement sont donnés pour vous accompagner quand il y a la peur, parce que vous n'êtes pas seul. Et comme Ravi dit, il y a un main de compassion qui vous tient et qui marche avec vous à travers les différentes pistes de ce voyage sur la terre. Et j'ai cité surtout la Psaume 23. Le Seigneur est mon berger, ainsi de suite. Et il y en a le Psaume 27 et le message de Jésus à ses disciples, que j'ai la paix pour vous, pas comme la paix que le monde donne, pas cette paix qu'on vous donne toujours, qu'on vous rassure. C'est une paix qui est supérieure, qui va au-delà de l'ordinaire. Voilà les moments des encouragements que nous avons à utiliser quand nous sommes en train de traverser des moments très difficiles de nos vies. Maintenant, il y a toujours la rubrique qu'on va avoir tout à l'heure, qui va chanter pour nous, et cette rubrique de la musique viendra après cette transition, le signal de transition. Et cette musique vient de ce groupe formidable qu'on appelle Fearless Soul. Fearless Soul, c'est un groupement qui a la responsabilité de produire des musiques, des écritures, des paroles et des commentaires pour encourager le monde, pour nous encourager à vivre avec certitude, avec fermeté à travers tous les défis du monde. Cet morceau est I Won't Back Down et il a eu 2 700 000 vues sur YouTube et inspiré des enseignements des lois de l'attraction. Originalement chanté par Tom Petty, un groupe de rock and roll, et puis repris par Fearless Souls avec la voix d'une dame formidable qui s'appelle Perry Snap, enregistrée dans Perry Snap Studio. C'est une collection de musique de motivation, a collection of motivational music. After the transition, we are going to have the song Fearless, I Won't Back Down by Fearless Souls. Transition, please. We now listen to the song titled I Won't Back Down from Fearless Souls.
Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down. You could stare me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. No, I'll stand my ground, won't be turned around, and I'll keep this world from dragging me down. Gonna stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I will stand my ground, and I won't back down. Well, I know what's right. I got just one life in a world that keeps on pushing me around, but I'll stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I
Wow, did it hit you somewhere deep into your soul? Ça vous a touché? Ça a marqué un point? Fearless souls, I won't back down. You can stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. No, I'll stand my grounds. No, I'll stand my grounds. I won't be turned around, and I'll keep this world from dragging me down. Gonna stand my ground. No, I won't back down. Baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I'll stand my grounds. No, I won't back down. Well, I know what's right. I got just one life in a world that keeps pushing me around, but I'll stand my ground. You will stand your ground. We'll stand our ground. You know what is right. Alors donc, cet message à travers Fearless Souls vient nous encourager davantage. L'objectif des Shadows, c'est de vous partager les outils qui peuvent vous accompagner quand vous êtes seul, quand le thérapeute n'est pas à côté, quand vous êtes seul, presque désespéré et sans espoir. Ces différents échanges, ce sont des outils que vous pouvez utiliser. La musique, les enseignements sacrés, spirituels élevés, le son touchant sont des outils que vous devez avoir chez vous. Donc tout ce que nous partageons ici, c'est pour vous également. All what we share on this program are also for you. We are sharing you therapeutic healing tools that you can use. Listen to a good music with a wonderful message. Read a scripture passage with an uplifting energy. Spend time watching a beautiful program that gives you light where you have the shadow overwhelming you. These are what we share here. And of course, we have many who are calling, and we wish that they should send messages on SMS or WhatsApp. Last time we had Wise Man from Yaoundé who reacted, Antoine Pen from Yaoundé as well, and Cherish from Tico. And many who called, but we can't do much with calls. Send us messages. If you need a therapist, you need counseling, you need psychological assistance, you have somebody who is going through hard times, let us know. You have the number on the screen. Off the program, we will attend to you, we will discuss with you, we will see how to guide you. We also have connections with the mental health institutions of the country, the psychiatric doctors, psychotherapists, clinical counselors, and clinical psychologists. We can always create opportunities for you to get the assistance you need. And remember, we are mentally challenged, healthy or not healthy. We need solutions to keep working. This world that is trying to push us down, you shouldn't back down. It's always beautiful coming on the Shadows because we have the opportunity to share. During therapeutic sessions, it is good for you to know that we work on clients and with clients, and fear is a central aspect. I share this example with you. I have this client who called me. It's like 3 a.m. Sometimes we have to be open. We don't actually, as therapists, put off our phones. But if we are sleeping, we know the grace that gave us this duty is taking care of you. We know. We are not alone also. We have that compassionate hand that is always doing it for us if we are not there. So this lady called me. She's been on therapy for some days. That's the early phases of therapy can be very challenging because people are getting to get used to the new tools to overcome their little demons. And sometimes when they are alone, the courage is not good enough. And she called, "I'm afraid to die." That was the message. She told me, "I'm afraid." I said, "What are you afraid of?" He said, "I'm afraid to die." I said, "You're afraid to die?" And she said, "Yes." I said, "How long have you been feeling this way?" "It comes from time to time." And I said, "You are still alive?" She said, "Yes, but the fear is still there." I said, "Then you don't have to worry very much about it." I said, "Why?" I said, "Because you will die anyway." She said, "How can you say that?" I said, "Of course, everybody will die. So why do you be afraid of dying when you know there's nothing you can do about it?" And she was quiet for a long time. I said, "I will also die someday." And then she just told me good night, and I said good night. We never talked about it, and it was like 6 months later, and we were just sitting, and she started laughing. And I asked her, "Why are you laughing?" I was feeling embarrassed and uncomfortable, and she said, I just remember the therapy session on telephone one day in the night when you told me that I was going to die anyway. And I asked why? And you said, because everybody will die. And I just, since that day, I've never been afraid to die again. And so I laughed and I said, well, I think that was the message that you needed to know. Most people must be aware that most of the fears will never really happen. You feared in the past and you are still here. And then, of course, when they happen, they don't really matter. And if it is dead, you are no longer there. So we will move on to some very special part. And I just wanted to say, les éléments que nous partageons sur cette plateforme sont des outils thérapeutiques qui peuvent vous accompagner souvent les moments que vous êtes seul. Il est très important que vous compreniez qu'on va souvent avoir besoin de lumière et des lumières de différentes intensités. On va avoir besoin des sons. Il y a des différents sons comme la musique que vous venez d'écouter. Nous aurons besoin aussi des essences. Par exemple, il y a des essences qui vous donnent des états émotionnels très agréables, les essences que tu peux allumer. Vous avez des huiles essentielles que vous pouvez diffuser. Vous avez également ces huiles essentielles, vous allez les trouver dans les boutiques spécialisées et dans les thérapies, on va vous donner des conseils. Vous avez des essences dans les bouteilles comme ça. Vous avez des livres qui portent des messages forts. Il faut connaître les choisir. C'est pour ça, dans chaque émission, on va partager la sagesse dans un livre. Et bien sûr, on a déjà partagé de la Bible. Et nous avons écouté Ravi Shankar, qui est un écrivain et qui publie beaucoup sur les élévations de notre esprit. Nous avons les présences des personnes qui nous apportent de bonnes énergies. Par exemple, fréquenter une communauté riche spirituellement, différente en fonction de votre croyance. Et là, nous allons certainement visiter une prochaine rubrique. Et nous continuons à vous encourager d'écrire par SMS, par WhatsApp et par téléphoner, s'il vous plaît. Sachant que si vous vous sentez seul dans vos difficultés, qui vous rongent, comme les différents éléments que nous partageons, vous pouvez nous contacter même après sur ce numéro. On va vous accompagner dans vos difficultés ou les difficultés de vos proches, psychologiques, psychiatriques, émotionnelles, liées à votre vie de relations, liées à votre vie de travail professionnel, liées à votre vie de relations sociales, ainsi de suite, différents aspects de votre vie spirituelle. Tous ces challenges, on peut vous accompagner, mais aussi vous faire des recommandations à des différents professionnels que certains, quand le temps est possible, on peut aussi les amener sur cette plateforme. Maintenant, après la transition, nous allons visiter les livres. Cette rubrique qui est très importante, la lecture. Quel est le livre que nous allons partager aujourd'hui? Avant cela, il y aura une petite rubrique commerciale. Et après cette commerciale, on va avoir notre transition. Et après la transition, on va toucher les livres qui portent des messages sains, des messages de revitalisation, d'élévation. We'll have a commercial break, and after that commercial break, we'll go to the sacred books, the books of wisdom, and we have a great author today. His name is Musoro, great Japanese guy, and he has wonderful, Masaru Emoto has a wonderful story for us. And after the commercial break and the transition, we will go to this great author and a beautiful message for your souls. We'll have the commercial break and we'll get back to the platform.
Beauty your passion? Do you doubt your natural talents? Do you have free time to idle around each day and more? CHIANGONG Hair Beauty and Fashion School and Academy offers you a successful career. Graduates and school dropouts alike develop competence in hairdressing, beauty therapy, therapeutic massage, special makeup, nail art, spa management and so much more. An international and bilingual school and academy since 1984. Accredited by the Ministry of Employment and Vocational Training. CHIANGONG Hair Beauty and Fashion. Creativity with discipline. More than 35 years of experience. Head Office 545 Rue Sylvanie Bernabe, Akwa-Douala, Cameroon. Contact +237 675 882872 or 677 856768. Bonamoussadi Agency, Viva Coiffure, Eneo Building Zone A, Douala. Contact +237 653 560196. Facebook, Emmanuel CHIANGONG.
Thank you very much for that commercial break. We continue to have calls. Please, dear ones, send us messages on SMS or WhatsApp. Envoie-nous les messages sur SMS ou sur WhatsApp. Il ne faut pas appeler, on ne peut pas prendre les appels. Et maintenant, nous allons entrer dans le book review. Et pour ça, il ne faut pas lire dans l'obscurité. Donc, on va allumer la lampe. We should not read in darkness. We need the light. And for that, we light the lamp. And here we go. And today, our book is called The Power, the True Power of Water. The True Power of Water. Written by Masaru Emoto, the author of New York Times bestseller, The Hidden Messages in Water. He's a great writer and has written many books. We share this knowledge with you. Emoto initially is a non-scientist who stumbled into water by special grace. He was specialized in Chinese-American relationships. That was his specialization. Age 43, born in 1987. He encountered the mysteries and the wonders of water by chance. He realized and came to certain hypotheses, tested them with laboratory experiments, and he was able to prove his point in a great way. Water in healing and discovering ourselves. Masaru Emoto. So, what Masaru is actually saying here is that the water that we see, that we use, you know, water is not as innocent as we think. And here, I would ask everybody to have a glass of water if you're watching this program, because at some point, we are going to converse with this glass of water, and we are going to share a beautiful experience. I can't resist it. So please get yourself a glass of water as you watch the program, and we'll come back to that glass of water. Masaru did this experiment in his country, in Tokyo, in Japan, where he discovered some very specific qualities about water. But before we go to talk about Masaru, know that an embryo that is fertilized in the womb of the mother, when you are an embryo, you were 96% water as a fertilizer in your mother's womb. As a baby, you are 80% water, which means the whole body you carry, 80% is made of water, and only 20% is made up of bones and tissues. And as an adult, you watching me now, you are 70% body weight water. So if you are 100 kilograms and I take away all the water from your body, only 30 will be left of material. We spend 9 months gestation period in the mother's womb swimming in water. And when we look at the evolutionary trends from where we came, we were in the water before we evolved into Homo sapiens. So the amniotic fluid in which the babies stay for 9 months has the same chemical composition as seawater. So we can say that water is the origin of our lives. And the water that we drink today, the best water, which we can call natural water, is water that comes from the earth, spring water. And that water comes to the earth after spending about 30 to 50 years in circulation when it falls on the land. So the water we are getting today actually arrived on the earth when purified by the soil, by the earth, 30 to 50 years ago. So you can imagine with all the pollution we are going through now, in the next 50 years, maybe water may not be drinkable. Maybe. Masaru has some good news for us as we go along. I want to say that this water will react to the words that we pronounce around it and to the elements that are going out around it. And that all the way we are affected is because of the 70% of water within us. So when we pronounce words on humans, these words will have an impact on the structure of the water, though on 70% of their body, and that will affect their lives accordingly. So, pour résumer un peu en français, le livre de Masaru Emoto, qui est traduit en plus de 21 langues, donc vous aurez ça en français. Ce livre vient nous dire que l'eau n'est pas si innocente. Et j'ai demandé à tout le monde qui me de mettre l'eau minérale, l'eau pure, dans un verre propre, parce qu'on va causer avec lui tout à l'heure. Et je voulais que vous participiez. Lorsqu'on est un embryon dans l'utérus de notre maman, on est fait de 96% l'eau. Lorsqu'on est un bébé, on est fait de 80% l'eau. Et vous, les adultes, assis en train de me regarder, vous êtes fait de 70% l'eau. C'est-à-dire, si vous avez 100 kilos, 30 kilos, c'est seulement la viande et les os. Le reste, c'est l'eau. Ça veut dire que nous sommes purement de l'eau. On passe 9 mois dans le ventre de notre maman avant d'être né dans un fluide qui est l'eau. Et donc, on est aquatique, on peut dire cela. Et donc, cette fluide amniotique de l'utérus de maman est faite à la même composition chimique comme l'eau de mer. Alors, l'eau nous arrive, et les meilleures eaux naturelles sont des eaux de source, parce que ça a traversé, filtré par la terre avant de ressortir. Et ces eaux prennent un processus qui dure dans de 30 à 50 ans avant que ça nous arrive. Donc, je peux dire qu'avec plus de pollution, avec plus de contamination, avec la négligence de l'environnement, peut-être dans 50 ans, l'eau ne sera plus buvable. On ne sait jamais, on verra. Alors donc, il est important qu'on lit certains messages qui viennent dans le travail de Masaru. Il est très important qu'on partage cela avec vous. Mais le message ici, c'est dit que, étant fait de l'eau à 70%, tout ce qui se passe autour de nous, cette eau qui est en nous, enregistre cela. Et c'est très important pour nous d'être très attentionnés. Quelques récits sortant de ces livres vont vous valider. I want us to answer the following questions, says Masaru. How seriously do you think about the characteristics of water? Are you aware that water you drink has the ability to improve your health and your life? Do you know that your consciousness has the ability to change water? When you send your gratitude to water, its quality improves. When you call water by names or ignore it, it deteriorates. On page 3, how did this experiment come to life? Masaru did an experiment with his co-worker, freezing the water and taking pictures of water crystals. And he showed the pictures of those crystals, which I'm going to share with you, so that you see, when you use certain words, the water crystal will show according to the word that you use. So he says, how do we take our pictures? Let me introduce you to our current methods. First, we put a water sample in a glass bottle and expose it to information, such words as, or to pictures or to music for some time. Then this water is dropped on 50 petri dishes and frozen before the pictures are taken. The state of our water. Tap water didn't form crystals at all. So when you see the different water, you see up there, when you say, I love you, the crystal of the water is different. When you say harmony, beauty, peace be with you, the crystal is different. When you tell the water, war, misery, horrible, the water looks sharp. shabby crystals or crystalless, like you see the pictures downstairs. Donc les cristaux que vous voyez affichés sont filmés après avoir prononcé les mots sur l'eau. Lorsqu'on parle de l'amour, la sérénité, la gentillesse, la tendresse, les cristaux sont bien formés, brillants et argentés, dorés, comme vous voyez. Lorsqu'on prononce les mots sales, tristes ou les malheurs sur l'eau, ils ne forment pas les cristaux, ils sortent des signes comme vous voyez. Donc vous allez faire ces recherches, vous allez entrer dans Google et vous allez voir ces images et lire davantage les différents mots prononcés. Et on va revenir sur comment cela s'applique sur notre vie. He said this. On the other hand, I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw pictures of frozen tap water. Quite honestly, I viewed their grotesque form with loathing. Far from crystal formation, the eyes often showed horrible shapes because our tap waters are not very well structured. They don't have good emotions. This got me thinking about how more and more people are dissatisfied with tap water, especially in developed countries where chlorine is added to disinfect it. Such treated water is neither tasty nor good for health. So people seek safe water in the form of mineral water, even if they have to pay a higher price for it. Donc, la quête de l'eau minérale n'est pas une quête parce qu'on veut montrer de l'argent. Il est beaucoup mieux que l'eau de robinet. As I see it, natural water is the water that sprung from the earth after the rainfall has been filtered through Mother Earth after many years. We have this other element I want to share with you. People's consciousness changes water. Nos consciences, notre éveil change de l'eau. Water shows different shapes of ice crystals depending on the information it has received. To test this, I put water into 2 glass bottles. On one bottle, I pasted the label, "Thank you." And on the other one, I pasted the label, "You fool." And after taking the pictures when the water was frozen, in the bottle with "Thank you," we had beautiful hexagonal crystals. And in the bottle that said, "You fool," we only had fragments of crystals. Pour prouver ça, j'ai mis de l'eau pure dans 2 bouteilles. Sur un des bouteilles, j'ai affiché « Tu es un con ». Et dans l'autre bouteille, j'ai affiché « Merci ». Après avoir congelé, j'ai étudié les cristaux, après avoir filmé. Le film de celui que j'ai dit merci, l'eau des bouteilles que j'ai dit merci, était très bien formé avec des formes hexagonales et très bien structurées. Et l'eau venant des bouteilles où j'ai dit tu es un con était sans forme et tellement horrible à voir. If water collects information and its crystal reflects those characteristics, it means that the quality of water changes based on the information it receives. In other words, the information we give to water changes its quality. Cela veut dire, si la forme des cristaux se modifie avec les prononcements ou les images qu'on affiche à côté de l'eau, sachez que l'eau va aussi changer en fonction des informations qu'il reçoit. Water understands words. Les mots sont compris par l'eau. We consistently found that water responded to positive words by forming beautiful crystals, as if it wanted to express its joyous feelings. The crystals opened up like a flower. In contrast, when water was shown negative words, it did not form crystals. Interestingly, water responds to foreign words in a similar way. C'est-à-dire, l'eau est capable de comprendre les mots dans votre patois. Si je dis merci en français et je dis thank you en anglais et je dis miyaka, miyamba, in my village, je le dis en français. Si je le dis en anglais, je le dis en allemand. You can say, good morning. You can say bonjour. You can say abenfume. You can say njilane. The water will understand. Ça veut dire quoi? Ça veut dire que l'eau prend l'intention de celui qui prononce les mots. Il est capable de le comprendre. Donc l'expérience était faite sur différentes langues, les résultats étaient les mêmes. This means water is capable of sensing the heart of the person who wrote the words. Ça veut dire que l'eau est capable de ressentir les pensées de la personne qui prononce le mot. Donc il est capable de prendre nos intentions. Les cristaux les plus jolis étaient l'amour et la gratitude. Some of the best crystals we found were love and gratitude. This led me to believe that we human beings are also affected by the information we take in. Because 70% of adult body is water. Voilà où ça vous intéresse, ça m'intéresse. Vous êtes fait de l'eau. Ça veut dire que les informations que tu reçois affectent votre vie directement. Vous travaillez dans un environnement où on gronde inutilement, on prononce des mots, on vous appelle bête, feignant. Vous êtes capable d'envoyer les mots bizarres à vos enfants. Il est con, avec la tête comme ton père. You work in a company, in an environment where peaceful words are not pronounced to workers. People shout at you. You are good for nothing, useless. You say silly things to your children. You make pronouncements, curse people. The water in their body picks that energy and it humiliates them. Experience have been shown in different studies in psychology how communication affects behavior and the mental health of people. And this experiment is being validated here by the works of Masaru Emoto. It is very touching when you think of how often we've gone through traumatic situations because of the book. In therapy, in my therapeutic environment, when you come to the spa, we have therapeutic music that plays round the clock. We have lighting that is gradually changing throughout the day, bringing in peaceful. We have plants like you see here. We have also people who don't speak. We speak with sign language, and smile is the watchword. And of course, essence are diffused round the clock. And of course, you must take a bath with the water in the salon, in the spa, because that water has been structured by the spiritual atmosphere in the spa. So before we start the services, you have to take the bath. And that bath with that water that has been structured by the energy of the spa will start the healing process before the therapy begins. Dans notre environnement professionnel, là où nous travaillons, dans notre centre et le spa, le centre a la musique thérapeutique comme ce que vous écoutez sur ces émissions du matin jusqu'au soir. Les lumières sont étudiées, tamisées pour correspondre avec cette énergie. Il y a des plantes fraîches, aucune plante artificielle. Les essences sont diffusées tout au long du temps. Pas de bavardage, on ne gronde pas. Et les clients qui entrent, tout de suite entrent dans cette même ambiance. J'ai vu des clients qui entrent dans le spa, lorsqu'ils commencent à parler fort au téléphone, subitement, eux, ils arrêtent. Mais on ne leur dit pas de s'arrêter. Pourquoi? L'énergie du lieu les amène dans cette énergie qui est celui de la paix, la tranquillité et le calme. Et qu'est-ce qui se passe également? Nous avons strictement les essences qui sont diffusées. Et quand on vient pour des soins, il faut commencer par prendre une douche. Parce que l'eau va vous donner le conditionnement que l'énergie du lieu a déjà créé. L'eau va vous donner cela. Et cette énergie, tout de suite, est ce qui va faciliter la thérapie qui va suivre parce que l'eau est structurée dans le spa. Oui, c'est l'eau du robinet, mais lorsqu'il entre dans le spa, l'atmosphère du spa, le message qu'il reçoit le change. Et subitement, vous avez commencé votre soin juste quand vous entrez dans le spa, même avant que le thérapeute commence à parler avec vous. C'est aussi comme ça que vous pouvez faire votre maison. C'est aussi comme ça que vous pouvez faire votre bureau. Vous pouvez avoir une petite bowl avec de l'eau. Et vous pouvez avoir un moment de calme avec une plante qui pousse dans votre bureau. Et vous pouvez avoir la musique thérapeutique comme ce que nous partageons avec vous. C'était un plaisir. It was a real pleasure sharing this great message. Buy this book, order it, and get to learn more about spiritual living while on earth. Because the body is just part of the journey. Most of its dependence is on the things you don't see, you cannot touch. And this wisdom comes to you through shadows and through people who support shadows with therapeutic effects like this. Before we leave, please lift your glass of water. Hold it in your hands. Prenez votre verre d'eau. Qu'est-ce que vous souhaitez? What do you wish yourself? What are you grateful for? Share it with a glass of water. What are you thankful for? One beautiful thing that happened to you today. Vous avez la gratitude pour voir quelque chose de formidable. Est-ce que vous êtes content avec ce programme? Partagez cela. Faites ressentir ça par cette eau. Et en souriant, buvez. Drink it. feels really good. Water was certainly created by God and nobody else. We'll have a little transition as we slowly walk to the end of this program, in which we will walk together out of the program through a small meditation. Let's have a transition. Thank you for standing by with us. My name is Emmanuel CHIANGONG. Always remember, you have to send us messages. You can also get on my media, BT Media Group. This program is on live on BT Media Group, My Media Live. You can have it there. You can have it on Shadows Facebook. You can have it on Emmanuel CHIANGONG Facebook page and on TikTok as well, and on YouTube Shadows, and on Viva Coiffure Shadows. You'll have this program there for you to watch over and over and to keep sharing. But you can contact us and share with us your worries, your concern. Like Ravi Shankar said, like Christ said, you are not alone. There is a special hand holding you and working along with you through this journey. And I know you believe me, because there are many experiences that confirms this in your life. As we come to the end of this program, I want us to spend a little moment. Just sit up erect. Move to the edge of your chair. Don't lean back. Let your spinal cord be straight. Keep your feet flat on the ground, and let your hands be on your knees and let them be looking upward. On vient à la fin. Je vous encourage de vous asseoir avec le dos redressé. Et vous vous avancez sur le bord de la chaise, les pieds sont posés plat sur le sol, les mains sont ouvertes et ils regardent le plafond. Vous êtes détendu avec un sourire sur le visage et je vous appelle à vous détendre. Et avec cette musique, vous allez suivre les commentaires et nous allons faire une petite méditation. Et ensemble, nous allons commencer à vivre une nouvelle dimension de la grâce d'être vivant et d'être dans la gratitude et la reconnaissance de ces grâces que nous avons chaque jour, et en même temps de retenir ces leçons que nous avons partagées et de l'étendre, de partager avec tous ceux qui nous entourent, parce que c'est important qu'on sache qu'on n'est plus seul et que la peur n'est pas réelle, sauf lorsqu'on décide de le valider. Et on a toujours un main. Cette sensation nous donne l'éveil, mais si on est assis, posé, on a cette main, cette grâce qui nous accompagne tout au long de la vie. On va écouter cette musique et on va faire une petite méditation. Vous lâchez les épaules, vous fermez les yeux. La musique est innocente. Il a juste un son qui est agréable à nos oreilles. C'est le son de la nature. You cover your eyes and you breathe in slowly and deeply. Relax your shoulders and feel beautiful and feel sweet. Smile. Respirez avec le ventre. Il faut que vous vous sentez très spécial, vous vous sentez vraiment béni et vous vous sentez calme. Continuez à respirer profondément et détendez-vous. As you listen to these special musical sounds, just feel good and special and beautiful and precious. Love the person that you are and just know that you are unique. The sound is innocent. Do you love it? Does it bring you peace of mind? Then live that experience totally. Les différents sons sont innocents. Comment vous vous sentez dans ce son? Ça vous apaise? Ça vous détend? Vive-le et voyagez avec lui. Live this sound and journey with it. Continue to breathe, continue to feel special, and continue to relax. Gradually, start opening your eyes. Slowly open your eyes as we continue to invite you to tune in on Sunday at 7:30 p.m. on your beautiful station My Media Prime TV to watch the rebroadcast. On vous invite à 19h30 dimanche sur votre télévision My Media Prime pour voir la rediffusion. On remercie le responsable et le directeur, M. Léonard, pour tout le soutien pour ce programme. Et bien sûr, le responsable technique, M. Mike, notre charmante, gentille, très souriante Desli, qui est le producteur de cette émission. Mon assistante personnelle, Megan, qui est là pour vérifier que je suis dans les meilleures formes pour cette émission. Et tout mon staff qui nous travaille dans le off pour la réalisation de cette émission. We want to thank the administration of BT Media Group, the General Manager, Mr. Leonard, for his wonderful support and inspiration. The Technical Director, Mr. Mike, always sending messages to check the progress. And this great, very sweet guy, I will bring him on this platform, Desley, young, smiling gentleman who is the producer of this program. And I can't forget lovely Megan, who has a beautiful smile with very white teeth on a very dark skin. My personal assistant, who is always there to see that my beats come into place. And I want to thank all my clients on therapy who have become my therapists, because their beautiful progress have given me encouragement to continue to see to it that this program is done. It was a pleasure being with you, and may the light, may the beautiful sounds of this meditative song, the great messages that we shared, accompany you in your peaceful sleep. Thank you.